Good morning, everyone. London time again. It is already 8th of December. I just can't believe how fast this year has gone. It's just crazy. But here we are. And last few weeks of the trading year. So let's make it count. Let's make it count in the sense of not giving anything back or just getting more knowledge. Either or making some extra more money, but we're not going to give anything back to the markets. So we're going to wait for A+ setups. I'm just going to check if everything is working. I'm not going to give anything back. Like, get everything working. Let me see if I have put on live chat. So it always pops back to top chat, and I know there is a method for some reason he is not showing in. So method, I'm on live chat. If you're here, it pops back all the time. So, but should be okay now. Okay. Let's go. All good. Okay. So that was quite an interesting a Friday, TGIF. I actually thought we would go back up, but I had a storm and I just canceled very quickly my PM session because I thought, okay, it was just crazy. There was thunder, lightning. I never seen anything like it. It was so beautiful, but it was scary. It was half an hour just thunder, lightning just in front of us. And I thought, okay, the power is going to go out somewhere. It's going to be, and it happened, yes. But I watched, and then the next morning, power went back on. They solved it, and I looked at it. And, okay, it was a good thing that I didn't do any stream because apparently that was the high of day, the trade that I took. But I actually thought it might do another leg down because it went into the TGIF levels when we had that 8:30 news candle. So that was a manipulation move. But I did it twice actually, and I don't know, maybe it never happened when I started journaling in that way, but I was like, I've never seen that. So it was quite amazing. And like I said, Fridays, I mean, you think like you have a few scenarios in your head, but Fridays always keep surprising me. It's just crazy how, I guess, creative they are. But yeah, very interesting. I got a nice trade. I got the move in between the two TGIF moves. Um, and that was it. Then I had to abruptly stop or couldn't get back to the PM stream because of the beautiful weather. But yeah, as you can see, it's beautiful now here, so no problems at all sorted. All the water issues have been sorted. So yeah. Let me know how you guys how your Friday has been. If anyone took any trade, the long or the short. I mean, there were a couple of opportunities, long or short. I'm just curious how everybody has been doing, and then we'll get into analysis. We've got time. We've got time. I'm watching the 150 to 210. I'll get into the analysis. I just want to get some people in. It's 2 o'clock now. Yeah. So we took Asia high, technically before London open. And let's see now what the. Just gonna let this macro play out. Hey, Methor, yes, Methor, how are you doing? It's so crazy that I have to keep on changing the live and talk chat back all the time because I realized last week, I was like, oh shit, it was on talk chat again, and I don't know if you were there, but and I already put it back when I open, and it's sort of like when I get in and out, it's sort of like goes back to top chart, so I have to keep an eye on that. So how are you doing, Methor? All good? It's been crazy here with the weather, so a lot of wind and storms, but now everything seems to calm down. So let's see if we get some easier weather now. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna start with the analysis. I think I'm gonna just focus more on NQ for the remaining part of the year because it just feels more my. I just feel like I'm more in control, or I just read a little bit better. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's go. So let's get into Friday. See where we are in the higher time frame. So let me just take the 4 out. So I was under the I had the idea that once we reach the event horizon and we might have a little bit of retracement, we might go up to this N walk because it's still this N walk lags buy side. So and because we did the TGIF move to the 30% when we had the 8:30 news candle on Friday. Let me show you. I'll go to the hourly and maybe. So we had the 8:30 that it was a beautiful AMD. It was accumulation, manipulation, distribution. It went straight back into a volume imbalance as well, which I marked. And it was 30%. It was just a little bit lower than 30% of the weekly range at that moment because we didn't have this high yet, right? We had another high. This was the high at that time. So I thought, okay, TGIF move, and I actually thought, okay, you know what? Maybe we're turning bearish because we also have some levels still to the downside, which I'm still very much thinking we're going to reach that before the end of the year. So, but then it made this really aggressive move up, which was it was beautiful to see. So then it became clear to me, okay, A, M, and then we have the distribution move. So I managed to catch a part of the distribution move, 75 points. It hit so we got all the way up to here, to the event horizon, and then I said I'm getting out and I want to reassess, see what the market does. Now I was under the impression it would only just retrace a little bit and go further up, but it did not. It just went back into the renewed 30% of the range, and it just and that's what I mean when I say, when price will go into the TGIF range, I usually just close my laptop because I think it's just going to do this. But it went twice into the range, first here and then here. So when this move started, I was a little bit worried. I thought, oh, we're here already. So either we're going to chop around and maybe have one move later on, or we're going to go all the way bearish and, give back the whole weekly range, because that's possible too, right? It doesn't have to go only to 20, 30, 40%. It could also go down 80%. But then again, and then we went up, event horizon, and then it went back into the range, and then we had to chop, which you see a lot of the times. Then it just chops around between the 20, 30, and 40%. There's still possible trades here, to be honest, but it's just a little bit harder. But it is still possible, but you just have to be vigilant and be aware that you're in the TGIF range, and it probably won't make another move up anymore at some point. So, but it was beautiful to see, guys. I mean, I was really impressed with this move, that move, this move, and I didn't see this move when it happened though. But afterwards, like, wow, two TGIFs literally in one day. So a lot of opportunities on Friday. So news-wise, we have no news today, but it doesn't mean nothing's going to happen. But tomorrow there's a lot. Oh, what is that? Do I see a tentative? Are we back in some bullshit thing again? Tentative. The ADP weekly unemployment change. I think that was supposed to be on Friday normally. And then we have the JOLTS. And unfortunately, the 10-year bond auction. So I won't be streaming in the morning session. I'll do a PM session because that's at 1 p.m. I always wait for that to be done because I don't like the price action. It's always very choppy. I just skip it nowadays. So tomorrow only a PM session stream. Yeah, so let's see, guys. So what to expect, hey? What to expect? Hey, what do you guys expect? I'll go over what I think, but I'm really curious. Hey, Avneet, how are you doing? Avneet, share your bias and what you see for the coming week. I haven't got into it yet. I think it was a beautiful TGIF twice. I had to cancel the PM session because of a storm here, and I thought, yes, it's going to happen. I'm going to be without power, and yes, it happened. But I thought we would go up here to this end wall, but we did not. We went again back into the TGIF range and then chopped around. So I do think we still have this in play because I do think, let's have a look at the higher time frame on the 4 hour. Like, do we see a market maker? Do we still see an unfinished, do we have unfinished business in this market maker model? What do you guys think? Avneet is bullish. Yeah, I am bullish, but I am gonna wait for this. I see a beautiful move to the downside, and I'm waiting for it. Um, I think there's so much liquidity build up here. I'm really very. I'm actually. I will play some bullish plays, but very conservative. But I want this. I want that move down. I want that move down, and I think we might even go all the way down to 400 ish. Um, so I'm sort of like waiting for that. Also because we still have um, I still have this little area here. You know, I thought it would every time, and I took a few stabs at these levels, but every time it was still going up. But I think this still is in play at some point. So I'm really waiting for that short to come. So I'm bullish now, but I'm bearish. Is it this week or maybe next week? I don't know, but I want that. I am waiting for this move, guys, to the downside. I'm patiently going to wait for it. And if I miss that move, I will be very upset. Because I think that will be the last distribution move of the year. That's what I think. Avneet, what do you think of that? Um, yeah, so maybe all the way back to this end walk, and then at some point, maybe even higher, right? We could go higher as well. Um, but yeah, I really hope I will be able to catch that way. And then I want 400 points. I want those 400 points as my end trade of the year. That would be my goal. Yeah. So it's just been, why would I be? If I look at all those wicks, right? Like, okay, we've got equals here. We already had a rejection here. I think it's going to take all these wicks out in one time. You have a wick here. We have a rejection in this one. We have a rejection in this one. This one rejected in this one. It's just, and then it leaves these equals at 423, and then the level that I am aiming at is somewhere around, I think, just below here, maybe just below. But it could go even lower. I don't know, but this would be enough for me. I've had a few stabs at this area, and it took me it gave me a few red trades, but yeah. Every wick has been sort of like been worked already into, so I'm just sort of like, it's sort of, are you ready to go down violently at some point? Yeah, it's still. I agree with you. It's still very bullish at the moment, and you know that they didn't take out that end walk Friday is also very telling, right? So they used the time to go back into the range, because it needs to sort of like um, stall time a little bit, and to make that, because if this is the high, maybe if this end walk is the high, it doesn't need a lot of time to do that, right? So let's see. Um, So definitely bullish for the time being, but yeah, I think at some point when it reaches the end of the market maker buy side, I guess I'll wait for a 15-minute change in state delivery for that short. At least it needs to be 15-minute minimum to be able to get it properly, because it could go higher and higher and higher as well. So yeah, we'll see. Um, we will see. Okay, I'm going to the 1 minute. So on the 4 hours, so this is the high that formed Friday. I marked that wick. I just want to see if we can, how far we are going into that wick. If we reject, going to the downside a little bit, or are we just going to continue to the upside? Or are we going to go perhaps in this wick here, right? There's a wick here with the end walk that we created this week. So let's see if we are going to mitigate this end walk and maybe go into this wick, or are we going to go higher? So I'm just going to watch for some price action dictate. We'll just watch for now. This looks bullish, right? Let's see. Yeah, if we go up, let's see if we can go up to 815. Maybe it's a long from here to 815. Let's see if we can get over this first presented of the midnight area. Then I think I might be interested in a long up to 815 or 827-ish. Where's 815? 813. What do we have here? Oh, I do wanna. I said that last week as well, right? I do want to do more scalps and take like shorter trades, very maybe even 1 hour to 2 hour trades, very short and very. They have to have structural significance, obviously, but um, breaker retest, but it's outside macro. This is a breaker. Let's go over breaker retest trade. Breaker formed, activated it within the macro retest, but we have this little bugger here. If you would enter here, would you have a 2 hour trade? Let's do it quickly. Let's see if it's worth it. I'm just going to start with paper. You guys, I always start with paper. I like that because I'm still on my first coffee. Oh, I don't like that. 2R is just here. Okay, this is not worth it for me because we're already above it. But I do like it if it goes here. Um, to, yeah, I just don't trust it at all. So see, when you see a trade like this, right, and it gives you a 2 hour trade, and it's sort of like, okay, let's make it two. So I'm using the breaker here. Breaker activated, but the retest is outside macro time. Um, can you trust a trade like that, right? It doesn't look like, okay, is it a proper breaker retest trade? I wouldn't take it because either you had to be in here already, and we're not, and we have this first, and it's sort of like, bouncing back and forth, back and forth. Now it could still go up, but I would just let this one pass by. It's just low probability. And I would rather have a breaker retest to give me 2R that it somewhere around here that will be 2R or something that you already have like a better. This is just, and it's midnight as well. I'm like, okay, yeah, I might go there, but it might go somewhere else first. I don't know. We could go lower first. It looks bullish, but I don't trust it. I want better structure. Any gold traders here? Any gold traders here? Okay, let me quickly have a look at something else. Big 20. 820. Yeah, I could go to 820-ish. So another 10 points. Oh! Wow. It's gonna go to 820 most likely, yeah. I was just looking at something, I'm like, okay, there you go. Did anyone in that short long? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move. Inversion, retest within the break, within the macro. It's accumulating orders and then it explodes to the upside. Stops in this wick. Yeah. So if you get more experienced and you feel more, you get more, hey PK, how are you doing? You get more confidence and you see an area like this, right? And you see this retest, like the inversion has been closed here, right? Goes bound. This is the retest. You see a breaker here, but the breaker itself doesn't give a good, I mean, the breaker itself here doesn't give a good opportunity because it's not really, it's like, okay. Um, well, it does in the sense of if you would take it higher, but not if the just the breaker retest and the two are, right? What we're trying to do here. I think it's going to go up in this area here for sure. It's going to go into the wick here. So let's see what it does at the midpoint, 827. Anyone in that long? Did anyone manage to catch that already? Let's see. Um, So do you guys see this? How the 150 to 210 macro is the accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Now let's see quickly. I'm going to use this one here. Um, yeah, 8 to 8. I think 8 to 8 is this is the level, the 0.5 here. This will be the end point of the move. So another 10 points to go on the move. This is it's a distribution move. So you see how for me this 150 to 210 gives me a lot of information. Accumulation, this the manipulation move, and as a distribution trader, these are the trades that I like to get. But let's see. I think it will go up to here, 8 to 8ish. Um, Andre, why are you confused? Clarify. What is confusing? Now I could also stop here, right? Um, are you on an old contract, maybe? Are you on delayed data? Let me check. When people say that, I always get worried that I am on old data. No, I should be okay. Are you on delayed data, or you're using an old contract? Those two are possible. I think I'm getting in for a long buy, guys. A paper trade because it's 224. I think we're going to move further up. Um, Let me see. This is a paper trade. Now, what am I using for stop loss? Oh, it already went down. Hold on, hold on. Oh, it's just a paper trade, guys. I'm just warming up. Are you paying a subscription? Andre, you need to pay a subscription for live data. If you're delayed, you should see it here. It says delayed, or it shows something in red. But do you have a CME subscription? Do you pay for live data? It is a separate subscription. Andre, it's delayed. Yeah. Hey, I had the same issue because my I have an issue with the bank that they are limiting my international payment, and one of them was my CME account. So maybe there's something with the payment. Okay, I'm stopped out. Okay, so I'm see, that's why I always paper trade the first trade in the morning, and I was already seeing something like, okay, this is going to be a stop out. You know why? It hits 1.5 of that calculation. So what happens a lot at 1.5, and it's exactly stops there. I still think it's going to go higher at some point, but maybe I was thinking, okay, we're going to have the 220 to 230 run, because that's most of the times a continuation. It still might continue, but oh, you can find it in your trading view. If you go to your account and then you have subscriptions, and then you just have to add CME. I think it's the CME that I pay is for, it's about $8, $8 US. Yeah, it just goes through. It goes through, and it doesn't matter if you have even if you would use your, if you would connect your prop firm accounts, you still need live data on TradingView. I'm not sure if if then if you get live data if you connect your prop firm account. So it's best to have yeah, yeah. I think it's the one of $8 CME, Nasdaq, and then you have gold and but just I don't know what else you trade, but for me the $8 one is enough. Hey guys, I'm still I still wanted to go to this end walk here. Oh shit. Did I just move a... What's going on with my screen? I was like, that's a double screen. I don't want that. Um, I need the 4 hour, by the way. Okay. Pum. I think we have to be bullish for the London session. Now I deleted something. I noticed. I don't know what's going on. Okay, I am very cute. I want this area. I'm looking for this area. So 983. So we've got some movement to the upside. Um, we'll just wait for a good entry again. Okay, I think we might have a rejection here at the moment. So let's see what happens. I'm not gonna take a short because I'm more bearish than bullish. I think there's more in the tank to go up. But let's see. I was aiming for this boy here, and we hit the event horizon on Friday, which was the high of day. Then we went back into the TGIF range for the second time. So I wouldn't be surprised we might make it up to this one. Once we get over the event horizon, um, yeah, I'm sure we're gonna go. It's a high probability. Not sure. I'm never sure. I'm never sure, but you have to base it on something, right? You cannot be insecure. Um, you have to accept the risk. Okay, let's see. 232. Now we made the 2 a.m. is here. 2:30 is here. Interesting price action. Um, see, this is I cannot leave my notes because my cats they eat it. My hard work. I don't know why they do that. They're just crazy. They just love eating. It's just I don't think they love eating paper. They just love to destroy my hard work because they're like, okay, you're spending so much time behind that thing. You know what? We're gonna make it. We're gonna punish you for that. Okay, Asia expansion model. I think we have an Asia expansion model going on. We went into the midpoint. Let me calculate Asia quickly. I think we have an Asia expansion model. Just want to make sure that I'm. There we go. Yeah, it's bullish. I'm getting in again. It's just 10 points actually. Actually, I should wait for the 10 points. Let's see how it behaves on. Oh, you took it long and right before it took off. Wow. Yeah, it was. This inversion was the correct. I mean, there's more room, but I think it's just going to accumulate a little bit. But this was the best one, right? In the macro. The inversion retest within the macro. You know, you get the turn within in the macro as well. So I just wonder if it's going to go up higher than here now. 819. We accumulated. We What time did we do this? 2:30. Yeah. I'm gonna wait, guys. I need to wait a little bit. I might miss it, but I don't know what it's going to do at 8:27 because it was the midpoint of the wick here. I would rather wait for the. Let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of this one. Still paper trading. I want to see how it reacts here at the 50% of this wick. Just want to see. I'm bullish, but I just want to have a proper trade. If I would have been in here, I just started the stream. I'm not very eager to get in when I get on, but this was a very good trade. The retest of this inversion below the breaker though, but the breaker was retest. We're above the AMD. Um, I'm gonna get rid of this. What is it all doing on my screen? Let's go. You see, why we are rejecting here. There's a volume imbalance here. You see this? There's a tiny 15-minute volume imbalance. That's why we're rejecting here a little bit. I don't want all these levels on my chart. Are we going over it now? Yes. That's where I entered on the retest, EQ of the range, and took profits at most recent high. Yeah. Nice, very nice. How effective are volume? I never use them. It's too many terms. Well, the market does only two things. It balances out imbalances and seeks liquidity. So a volume imbalance is an imbalance which is just something that needs to be balanced. So it's actually one of the most important terms, I guess, in how I trade. But also a wick like this is also just a bunch of imbalances. So that's why I'm a little bit hesitant to enter now, because I'm also like, okay, it goes maybe to a certain level and then it goes back into the range. So um, I literally have um, I literally frame my whole trade sometimes if I have a TP. I don't know. My TPs are pretty. I think they're um, are pretty getting pretty good, and most of them are also based around volume imbalances and things like that. Like on gold, for example. Let me see, where was it trade? I know PK. He's here. He wants gold, but PK. I have to be honest with you. I'm not going to be very active in gold the rest of the year. But if you're here, I can go over gold a little bit, but I just don't like it too much in the sense of how it's been. If I look higher time frame, PK, you have a wick here and then a wick here and then again we wick into it right over here. So for me, it looks like it has more. It's going to push to the downside a little bit. Um, and it could also push up into this wick again, but also could push down into this area here. So for me, hey Alan, how are you? That's a long time ago. I haven't seen you for a while. So PK, come join us on the NQ side, my friend. Um, for me, I was thinking maybe I should leave gold a little bit alone until the next year. Um, I know some people trade it really well and they are very into it, but I think they are just more into it because I am more into NQ. If I think, oh, it's getting a little bit, then I always reverse back to NQ because I just know the levels a little bit better. But yeah, I think uh, if I look at the daily on gold, we might go into this wick. Um, we might just go. I actually think, well, it's a given that we're going into the wick. I mean, that's not but how far, right? That's the question. Not we're going into the wick, yes, but how far are we going to go into the wick? Are we going to 50%? Are you going to 1/3? Because we've got an N walk here. So it's a little bit hard to say. I would maybe back to the volume. Hey, here we have another volume imbalance, Sinacamp. Maybe back to this volume imbalance here on the lower time frame. There is one. Um, so and Sinacamp, I don't use all the volume, but I use the 4 hour. And if I see, like for example, just now on NQ, I thought, hey, why are we stalling there? And then I already, okay, let me go to the 15. See, and I'm already looking for a volume imbalance. Like, is there a volume imbalance? Is there something else that I missed? Um, because you know why? Because it did not really stop exactly at one of these levels in those wicks, right? So I'm like, okay, why are you stopping there? I found hey, I found my piece in NQ. Hey, listen, I know some people that are really doing well now in these months on gold, but I liked it when I just started, but after a few weeks I was like, I think around that time, yeah, since November, I think I also was like, it's not as clean as I thought it would be, and so I'm just gonna. So PK, forgive me. We're gonna stick to NQ, but you'll learn the same things which I use on NQ. You can use on gold as well if you prefer to trade gold. But I prefer just to focus my attention for those last trades on NQ, so I can really um, um, yeah, get those last few good trades because we're gonna get less and less good trades as we are entering the. Well, I think that it's the whole this whole quarter. Sinacam, so only the higher imbalance makes sense. No, they actually all make sense, but if you are going to monitor all of them on the lower time frame, you'll have a lot. If you see price action like this, that's why I'm also a little bit hesitant to get in because you see all these little gaps. They will all be, at some point, it will be rebalanced either with one large wick or with a manipulation move. But even though I say it's a clear AMD, I'm still not too eager to enter on my evaluation or live accounts because I just know, okay, you know what, there are too many wicks. They're all significant, but it just means a lot of chop or a lot of back and forth on the lower time frame. But if you see them on the higher time frame, I always mark the 4 hour ones, but I don't have to mark this one because it's an N walk, right? An N walk is just a gap. So it's just if we talk about N walks, opening range gaps, things like that, a wick, they're all just it's the same thing. It's a gap. So it's just how do you make it visual for yourself? So, but if I, as a distribution trader, I look for the larger moves and I'm just thinking, okay, where will it stop? Either I use my Fibonacci levels, but I also use the N walks, event horizon, which are also just gaps, and the volume balances. Now, the funny thing is that ICT named it one of his lowest PD arrays, lowest valuable. Now I've been testing it, and for me, it's not. But it just depends on how you use them, I guess. So for me, hey, listen, again, we sort of stopped here. We went a little bit above it, but it's a significant level again, and we're going back down. And because there's a lot of gaps here, So that's why I'm not too eager, even though I think, price will go higher at some point, but it needs to balance out all these imbalances at some point. So a lot of these openings, when you see a lot of this, it's not really like smooth candles and going back up. You can sort of like predict a little bit of chop for a while maybe, because it's like, so that's why I quickly went to the 15 just to see if I missed something, and then I saw this one here, this little gap here. So I thought, okay, we might have a little bit of a stop here. So I missed this one before, so I wouldn't have gone in my paper trade long if I would have seen this gap. I would have think, okay, you know what? Let's see how it reacts here. I just would wait a little bit longer. And you see, what is also when you say, oh, but I want the body to go over, but if you look at the 15-minute, the body goes over it, but you need a closure. And you see here that it just created another wick. So that means another gap. If we go on the lower time frame, we will see even more gaps here. So that means more chop. Gaps and wicks just means, I love wicks, don't get me wrong, but if it's just a sequence of a lot of wicks, it sort of gets annoying, because you get lesser, the price action in that area will be less smooth. It takes more time to work its way through a wick. So because it's a bunch of gaps, and the market needs to rebalance them, and the more gaps you have, the more time it needs to rebalance them, if that makes sense. So if I look, that's why I have my N walks on this chart, just to see, because I don't want to mark all of them, but if I see an N walk, an N walk is a gap as well, right? So let's see, maybe we go back into this N walk here all the way back down, or we're just going to stay here. So Sinica, you had a good trade, right? You took a trade. It was a fast trade. So in a market like this, that's what you do. You just go in and you get out and you run. That's the way to do it. But me, I still have to get used to that, because I'm a distribution trader and I like the larger moves. I don't like to be too long in it, but I really like, then it turns, we have a 2.5, 4 standard deviation trade. So if I don't see that, I'm sort of like a little bit hesitant, even though it's a good move. So you took a really good trade. So kudos for you. And that's good. This is a very solid trade. Where you got in was just awesome, and where you got out as well. Yeah, I think you have 10 points, maybe even more, 15. So perfect trade. Now I need to get back to that a little bit, because all my trades are over 50, 60 points, because I gotten used to that, and I'm waiting for that. But now I'm on stream, I'm like, no, I should also take the shorter ones, right? So that's why I was trying to see if this breaker retest will be a 2R trade, but that wasn't really an option. So the only option was taking it here in the retest of the volume imbalance, and then well, maybe that was a 2R trade. Let's see, guys, if that will be in the case, because I'm just trying to figure out, like, hey, I want to make it pure mechanical. It has to be mechanical, and then you accept the risk. Sometimes it doesn't work, but that's okay, right? If it's pure mechanical, you're okay. Okay, retest of the volume for the inversion. Let's say you get in here, not the best trade. Then technically you have to put it here below the wick, but let's see if it makes a 2R trade. Yes, it does. And see where it goes straight to the volume imbalance. You see that? The 2R trade would have been, but you got the retest in the macro. You got the manipulation move, so when okay, is it a manipulation move? You need a turn. Do we have a higher time frame PDRA that we rated? Let's have a quick look. What did we get into? Was it a volume imbalance? Let's go to the 15 quickly because it needs to make sense, right? Now it's a little bit hard of a read because you've got all these wicks here. But yes, we almost went to 50% of the wick. We rejected. Go to the 1 hour quickly. Yes, on the 1 hour, you did go in a fair value gap. You guys see that? So the manipulation move went into A and D. So you went into a fair value gap. So you rated higher time frame PD array, and then you have the distribution. So that was the there you go. So I journal this, even though I don't try when I just get on. It was too early for me to really get in a trade. It was 7 past 2. We just started the I was just monitoring this, but this is something that I journal. So I go over. Okay, what did I miss? It was clear accumulation, manipulation. Now where did it go into 1 hour fair value gap? Then you have an inversion. This is your turtle soup at 2 o'clock. I mean, it's a good time. Then okay, you don't take it to turtle soup. Then you wait for the inversion. You miss it. You wait for the retest. Here, boom, and then you have your 2 hour trade up to the volume imbalance on the 15-minute. And I didn't see the volume imbalance on the 15. I missed that as well. So, but it's exactly 2 hour, even less, even more. I mean, 2 hour will be here. And do we take this run? Yes, because we consider the 220 to 240. Those are times that price runs, right? 230 here, and then up to, and at 40 you're out, right? Here it's 240. You quit, you get out. So, but you could also take it here in 230. Okay, let's see, guys. Are we still gonna go long here? This is a long. I'm still bullish. We're in a macro, 251. Yeah, let's get in. 252, 250, 282. I'm not touching my evaluation on my funded right now. I would rather it, really see that it's done in an area like this and either give a proper um, Another breaker activated in. Let's see if it's respecting the breaker area. That's important. We don't want any body closure below the breaker. So we are below the midpoint, the body. Let's see if it's not going to go over. See, this is what I mean when you all have these little gaps here. It's just not my price action. I'm really interested in playing. That one trade, you seen account that you have, that was the one. Just here and then take it up to take the 220, 240 ride. I'm getting out. Okay. Okay, we have 3 o'clock now printed. We tested midnight. We are in a very value gap. Is this the breaker retest that we were actually looking for? I was looking at the wrong one. I think this is a valid one. It's a short. So you see, when you have all these little gaps everywhere, you sort of like, it's hard to, this is then the move most likely for now because it wants to rebalance out all those small imbalances, right? So you can sort of like predict back and forth price action. How far did we get into Asia? We almost took the 0.5. At 20. That's it. So, Evan, how are you doing? Long time no see. Have you been trading a while, or have you been also not trading at all? Let me quickly have a look on NQ. Uh, so yeah, oh yeah, the 2.5 hour trade. That's awesome. Yeah, that's better. I mean, the higher the R, the better. And you wish 250. Well, that's good. So you made a good. You did well already in the morning. Don't give anything back. We're not going to give anything back anymore. We're not giving anything back in this the end of the year. We're just going to take money from the market. Okie dokie. Well, let's see if we are now. If we can go down to 784-ish, 782-ish. Let's see. We have. Yeah, you're. Yeah, well, that's a good. I think that's really good to have that mentality. If you have a good trade, especially if you have one in London like that, if you get a 2.5 hour trade and well, with the amount you risk, we can do the calculation. It's good to say, you know what, it's okay for London session. Maybe perhaps, well, you say good for the day. That's good. Um, but what I do if I have a trade like that, I try not to trade the session anymore. But then maybe in New York again, maybe one of if there's opportunity, it has to be equally as good. Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, it's really good. Um, so I think we're going further down. There's also a 15-minute wick here. I'll show you guys. There's also a wick here. It's going back into this wick now. Let me quickly. What time is it? For me, it's a little bit unclear if we're really reversing or just retracing because look, we at London High we left equals again. So let's see where we are on the OTE level. Um, we might have to wait another hour for a good trade, to be honest. Maybe the 350 to let's see. I don't like the 4 hour candle, how it's going. We already went over this one. We took the liquidity of the previous 4 hour candle. And did we also on this one? What's the high? 783. Yeah. So they all took each other's high. So this one took this high, and this one took this high already. Then also this candle took out this low already. So it's sort of like a little bit low probability scenario on the 4 hour, which I use a lot. So if I can, um, I'm just thinking if we are staying within this range and we might just go into this area here. 0.5. Yeah, I think it's a short now, 782. It's just 10 points. I'm not interested. But even if it will go into this 15-hour wick, 15-minute wick, it's still within, it doesn't leave, it stays within the range it already formed. So I'm looking at that, like either are we going to go higher, are we going to go lower, or are we going to stay range bound, right, in this range that has already formed on the 4 hour. So So what I'm looking at, this range has been formed, right? And this is the new 2 a.m. formed a new 4 hour range. Now what could happen? It formed a range and it's not going to leave the range for a while. So that's what I'm thinking at the moment, like, what's going to happen? High has been taken and low has been taken on the 4 hour. Low probability. See, this trade, this distribution trade took out this high and then it's sort of like, okay, I'm done for now. I thought it might go a little bit higher, but it did not. Sometimes what fools me a little bit is if it goes over a volume imbalance. I think, okay, you know what? It might go higher because it just, but it doesn't have to, right? It's sort of like could go over a little bit. Okay, we have the first presented fair value gap, the orange line right over here. Now, what do we see? We see a lot of yucky price action, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? But lower, yeah, it looks like it wants to go lower. Okay, I'm going to take these off. This has to go. So 230. Let's see. What did we do here? Yeah. Midnight is below us. 702, and it see how beautifully it reacts there. Now I'm still not sure. I mean, this could be it, but let's see if it wants to go a little bit lower. But it sort of like reacts at the 702 level. Just looking at the 4-hour candle, it's hard to read. We could go lower, but we also could go higher. I guess swing it both ways with on the 4 hours. Let's have a look at the 1 hour, because sometimes when I focus in too much on the 4 hour, I do miss some information. Um, Now the 1 hour. See, the 1 hour we have two wicks on both sides. Also very treacherous. Could go back and forth in the wicks, because that's what it does. You really want to see one wick being broken out, but most likely we'll have another hour of chop, or at least till the next macro. Why? Because you've got two wicks. You know, um, this is low probability for me. Um, like I said, a wick is just a bunch of gaps, which it just gives seek and destroyish or just time distortion. Let's see if it, like for example, now I see this 1 hour did not go into this wick. So for me, even it go up, I wouldn't trust it at all. If it would have worked its way through here and not and reject at 0.5 or another level and then go back up, then I would be more. And once you've seen it done both sides one or twice, then I can trust it more. So for now, it's just watching what it does. But yeah, just watch. You'll see it doesn't go. It will go back and forth most likely. Oh, it did go. It did go into this wick here. I see. It did go into this wick and 0.5 of this wick here. Okay, it could be enough. It could be enough because we're also at 702, right? At a that is the sweet spot. So this could be it, but we'll have to see. I just cannot trust it. My iced coffee is warm now. It's just a little last bit. Guys, isn't it crazy how fast this year has gone by? I mean, I just can't. I'm still like really like I can't believe how fast that it's already the end of the year. And I'm like, did I just move here 3 months ago? Oh no, shit, it's already maybe even 7 months. I'm like, oh shit, it's already 7 months ago, and I'm still thinking about three months. And also, I started this YouTube channel. I think it's now almost 4 months ago, but that is sort of like still a very short time. But it's just crazy how fast those 4 months have been, and just well, literally the whole year. I'm just so surprised every time. Like, what are we already? Because here, because it's warm. Normally, I for me Christmas was cool because I'm from the Netherlands. Winter time, everybody inside. But here is our summer has just started, so it's sort of like weird. And then at some point, somebody, oh, what are you gonna do with Christmas? I said, what? Oh yeah, Christmas time. I just I'm like, oh, it's already Christmas. It's crazy. I just time really just goes so fast now. I guess I remember that when I was a little girl, your parents would tell you that, yeah, better enjoy your time before you know it, because time goes really, as a kid, time goes so slow, especially when you're counting down to your birthday and other things like that, right? And I was like, what? Where did this last 10 year gone? I'm still in the kindergarten in my mind. No, I'm just joking. I'm not. I outgrew that phase a long time ago. Kindergarten and Pampers. So it's just crazy, right? Yeah, it's just crazy how time just flies on. You really have to make the best of it and enjoy as much as you can. I quickly have to visit the ladies' room. Just 1 second, guys. Here we go. Okay. Oops. Sorry. A low probability still. Just the only downside of summer, it's not really a downside, but the only thing is that the sun gets too hot. So you can go to the sun, but you need to wear slip slop. Again, this wind, so annoying. well. Okay. Now let's see. What are you going to do? So you see this is this area, it's just between, you see it forms exactly, if you see the beginning of the wicks, is exactly an area of chop, right? So the outliers were just, so you can just actually just, instead of trying to calculate this range, you can just use this body as well and see where's the 50%. So that's what I tend to do. I just use the body to see, okay, where are we at in the body? Um, just want to see what the midpoint is of that. Of the candle's body is right over here, 796. So I will use just this first percent fair value gap of the midnight area. So here you can see we are above it, then we go below it, then we are above it, and now we are below it again. So let's see if it's now going to, what time is it? 3:25. Let's see if the 2240, we have another move, another run to the downside. Let's see if we can get into this range here. So that means the midpoint, this is about the midpoint of that wick, right? 883, 783. If you're a scalper, I mean, there's opportunities enough, right? If you scalp, if you use time. So yeah, I think we're gonna go into this area now. How much is it? Another 4 points, 5 points. There we go. Let's see how it's going to react to this level here, 782-ish. Let's see what it does. Now, is this enough for it to leave this range, or is it going to go back now? Is this just enough for it to go back into the other wick, right? So that's how you can frame it. Like, okay, if it's going to go back up, well, you just either take it to a quarter of this wick or 50% of this wick, which is somewhere in this area. So it's just going to use this. This range has just been formed for time distortion. If it's not going to break it. So, but it looks like it just went into this wick. Now it might go back into this wick. Let's see. So that's, you can trade that, right? I mean, it is a trade. It's not how I want to trade, but um, we're gonna go lower. I'm gonna leave this, and this is liquidity. We go lower than the 0.5. We did have a little wick in here already. Okay, we're below 0.5, so now we might just go all the way down. Okay, I like that because I'd like to go maybe to this level here at some point. But let's see. It's just not really moving. It's just not, it's very, just doesn't move in a nice way, right? I think we can expect some more of this sort of price action at the end of the year. Let's have a look at the, what's the news again? Okay, it's nothing. It's trickling down, it's trickling down, it's trickling down. Okay, 330. Let's see. Let's see if it's going to get a continuation of the move to the downside into 340-ish. Do we have a wick? Do we have a gap here? Or are you going to go back and forth? Are you just going to go? Okay, this is the 4-hour now. Look at the 4-hour. That's ugly. Oh my god. There's not much to do, guys. I mean, I really don't see any option. Well, we can have a look at gold quickly if gold is giving any better. Now you see, so it's similar, right? You got a wick here, you got a wick here. Now what is it going to do? Are we going to go higher into this wick, or are we going to go higher or lower into this wick? Wicks are just lower probability until they have done the back and forth a couple of times, or maybe at least one time. And preferably one you want one of them to hit, the vicinity of the 0.5 level, or the the 1/3 level. And if not, it's contracting. It's also not very even though if it did here, right, this is a small wick, it went to the half of it. Then if it starts to be a contracting model, it's also not really interesting. You really wanted to see it break. So gold is not very interesting to me either, but look, it's a lot of consolidation. Just it's just stuck in this range from literally Friday. That's why I'm not interested in gold. It took out a low here, but then it goes back into the range and it just takes its time. It's just, and yeah, we do have a nice little fair value gaps here, so most likely I think it will go up into this range at some point, but when, right? When will it happen? Um, Time becomes more important, but it's still sometimes a challenge to figure out when will things happen. When is it time to make the move? I don't think so. It's now. Maybe in the next macro. 333. Let's see. Oh, we went all the way into the 15-minute wick. Look at that. Looks bearish, right? The 4-hour now, but we're going to get a distribution flush to the downside, maybe all the way into this end wall. Let's see. That would be maybe a nice move. Let's see if we can frame a good trade. They could just create equal lows on the 1-hour. So let's see if this. Yeah. Oh, you're making me sleepy, NQ. You're gonna just create equal lows. So what you're gonna do? Let's go to the half hour. See, on the 4-hour, we technically only have a wick through the end walk. Now, on the 1-hour, we have some price action here already, but only on the upper half. There's been some candles, but nothing in the lower area. So, and on the 30-minute, we have on both sides, right? You see, okay. So if you would only look on the 15 or on the 13-minute, you would think, oh, look, the end walk has already been filled. No, it's not. Because on the 4-hour, there is nada, just a wick. What is it? What is a wick? Imbalance. An imbalance needs to be balanced. So that's why you always need to check the higher time frame to see, is this end walk still a point of interest? Yes, on the higher time frame it is, because it still needs to be balanced, right? There is not even buy or sell side on the 4-hour. It's just a wick. Now on the 1-hour, you see there's only sell side, buy side, buy side. It's sort of like almost balanced here on the upper half, but not on the lower half. And on the 4-hour, there is zero candle going through it. So that's how you also have to look at those things, and not only on the 15 or on the 1 minute, because on the 1 minute there's a lot of price action going through it. You'll see this, it's already, and that's where most people go wrong. They think like, oh, the end walk has already been mitigated, it's been going through back and forth, back and forth. Yes, but not on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, it's still a juicy gap. So let's see, on the 3-hour too, and on the 1-hour we have this. I think if I would make a calculation, I think it's probably the quarter that's already been mitigated. Let's see if it's algorithmic. Let's see if there's some logic to it. Let's see. Ah, isn't that amazing? Yeah, it's buying pressure. Exactly a quarter level. And Asia formed almost at the midpoint. Okay, so the moment we take Asia, so this is already something you can think about. The moment we take Asia low has formed here, then there's a high probability it might go lower because we still have more imbalances in the N walk to take care of, right? So let's see, where are we now? 783, and this is, and there's a lot of large wicks here. Well, I mean, for me, if I would see this, for example, I wouldn't even target the whole wick. I would just look for the N walk first and just be happy with this area, because it's sort of like, it's a confined area, and because you have settlement price as well here, right at the start of the N walk, I would not, that I would, for now, my short would just be up to here. maybe even 25 or 1/3 level, and then later on, if it goes further down, I will just reassess and get in at another time. But yeah, there's a lot of wicks here. Jesus. And isn't it funny? The 0.5 level of this wick is exactly the midpoint of the previous day, the full range daily candle, the midpoint. And look where the quarter level is, exactly at settlement, exactly at the start of the N wall. It all matches. So I already got 2 points of interest here and here, which already are on my chart, but now it's like an extra confluence when I use this wick. It matches these two. So so when there are no trades, I do look at the charts like, hey, like what if we start breaking down, and that's how you can frame your larger move trades, right? If you bank on the 50 to 100 point trades, because once we start going into this direction, I mean, there's a high probability that we're going to go into this area, right? So I'm already looking like, okay, what if, because there's nothing to do right now, so I do try to utilize the time and go over levels already and just see like, oh, what am I missing? What might happen? What if we go up? What if we go down? So especially for now, for maybe we're prepared for then the New York session, right? But hey, we have 10 more minutes before the next macro. Let's see what happens. And I'm okay to miss the full London session if it doesn't give any good probability, high probability trade. I really don't mind. Just it's sort of like when you have, like, for example, let's say if it looks like we're going to create an equal. I mean, I wonder. I don't think we're going to take this one out now. I will be highly surprised if it does. So it most likely will leave that for later on. We'll see if it's the case. If not, then you already, because you see them, it's not like, oh, when you start like in New York, you have to look for all those things. But now you're ready. You don't even have to write it down. Okay, I've got equal lows on the hourly, and they're around the 775 area. You already know that. So once you start running, or you have like a very fast trade, you're ready to run. You're just prepared. So for me, it's I don't really mind if I don't trade in London if there's nothing really that interesting. The only thing that I'm looking at, okay, oh, look, we've got a potential breaker here. We've got a potential breaker. Why? Because there are two larger candles in the same area. So when you see that, not even two, just three. So you just mark the whole range, the largest one, and then you've got your breaker range. So I'm ready. Okay, it looks like we're going to go up most likely. So that means we're going to go up into this candle. Now, I might trade that because I see already a potential breaker forming. But we might take out a low first, so let's wait. But hey, this is already interesting now because I see a future breaker. And look, this is all engineered liquidity for a future move. So this looks very juicy. We just have to wait till it's ready to go back up. Let it go down. And then we take the nice move up, and then we have good, I have nice structure. I see a breaker, then I'll try to get in. Maybe the turtle soup or maybe the inversion. And if not, if I miss those ones, then I can always wait for the breaker. But I'll try to get in. For me, I'll try to get in before the breaker because I like this is a nice area for future breaker. A bullish breaker. I'm talking about. I like this stuff. This is trend line. This is beautiful. So it looks boring, but it's not boring. It's beautiful. Look, we were equal highs here. But I might not do it before. It might not run. Take this before maybe pre-market or maybe in AM session. So we just have to see what it does. But it is boring, but it still gives you intel, right? So it's still okay. Take something away from it. This kind of price action actually sets up a nice setup for later. So that's how I try to look at it. Okay, doesn't give any trade, but if it's slow and it's just basically just creating liquidity. So it's just helping you. Actually, it's just saying, hey, I'm setting up a trade for you for a later time of the day, just not now. Okay, at least you're clear. At least you're showing it, and you can really, like I just showed just now. This is just very. This is trend line liquidity, and that's just really. There should be a low resistance liquidity run when it goes up, when it sets up in this way, most of the time. And breaker structure here, it's a beautiful area. So let's see. It's just asking of us to be a little bit more patient. Not asking, demanding it. It's demanding patience. We'll give it. We will give it to you and Q. Just want to see how you are behaving. Hey JLB, not at all. Actually, I don't look at volume at all. I'm not interested in volume. Um, when you look at volume or volume profile, I think I try to be in before the volume spikes or diminishes. So I just took it off at some point because I don't look at it at all. It doesn't really help me. It just takes um, space in my chart. Um, and the way I see it, the volume normally spikes when people get in, but then actually you want to be in already. You want to be in before the volume spikes. If it's you're in a long trade, or it doesn't matter if you're a bearish trade, but so it doesn't have any value for me. I just look at the candlesticks and time. Time is more important to me. Like what are we doing? For me, it's also, even though the volume might spike now, example, I'm just not interested in the way how it's moving. Um, but it looks like we're going down. I just want to see. Um, I'm just looking for structure more, and playing off structure in combination with time. And I'm looking for specific structure and specific things and if-then statements in order to really to take the trade. And I'm more interested normally in the larger moves and the distribution moves. So I'm sort of like always waiting for that. But I'm trying to trying to adjust my strategy a little bit. So also on stream, I can also, go for the 5 to 10 point moves because I know a lot of people uh, want that and do that as well. So I've moved away a little bit from that. So I'm trying to get back into that. Um, Now we have worked our way all the way to the 15-minute gap, so I guess we are definitely going lower. We'll see. Do you use volume JLB? Let's go to the 5 minute. Let's see if we can find an entry. You're welcome. I don't know if it's what you want to hear, but yeah, I just don't use it anymore. But hey, it's also just it depends on how you trade, what you look at. For some people, it's really helpful, and they it's okay. Let's look at the 5 minute now. Now, do we have bearish structure? Yes, we do. For the breaker here. Now you also have to be careful with large wicks, right? Because even though this is a breaker, you want a body close actually below this breaker. So I just want this. It's gonna run now to the. I think we're gonna go to the end wall now. I think we're gonna get a distribution. I'm getting in. We're below the breaker. I'm taking a little bit of a risk here. Still paper. I'm not interested in anything on my, but I'm gonna take this on. Let's see. We have a wick here. I think we're gonna get a large run on the. It's almost a 1-to-1 here. Bad entry. 448, 449. Mm, 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 mm. We might just go also just into this wick. Let me just. I'm looking into this. We might spike up first. I don't like this price action. Let's see. It might be a very fast move to the downside. Let's say 760. It's not even a 1-to-1. Not really very fast. I think we're going to just take some liquidity and be done very quickly with this move. So 1-to-1. I don't trust it at all. Um, I don't even. I'm so not interested in these small moves. I just hate it, to be honest. I just don't like. I'm getting out. I just don't like these large. I'm a distribution trader. I cannot do this. Um, let's see. I hope it goes up. Let's see if we have the first part of the macro. If it goes up, we might take. We might have a good trade to the downside. Oh, it's so boring. It's trickling down. But it is a nice distribution candle though, this candle here. Um, see here, but it's very treacherous. It goes all the way up here and then it goes back down. Oh, come on. Retest? Is that the retest of the breaker? Could be. Goes in here. It's a very large breaker. Here, here. Let's see. Yeah, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. Let's see. Let's see if it goes up to go down. I want to see if it can go up to the midpoint of the breaker. I think it's a very, this is a scalp to this area here, and then up to go down. Let's see. I'm not doing it, but I want to have an entry here to go down. I'm going to wait to here. It's 10 points though for me. Let me take one trade here. Here, TP, and then write it down. Stop loss is breaker here. I'm just paper trading, guys. I'm not interested. See? It's just I wanted to go up here before I take the long short. Almost 4 o'clock coming. Almost 4 o'clock. Hey, but we have a lot of listen. We've got a beautiful way to the upside, but we still have Asia low as well. So I know it's going to go up first. Oh, this price action is just annoying, actually. Yes, Lilo Tux. I think we are going to that end walk. It's right over here. But I just don't trust it at all because we got a higher time frame wick in between it. Let me check by the way something. I need to put more. No, nothing in between. I don't trust it at all. Hey Bowser, how are you doing? Did you trade this morning? There's a lot of people going short now because of this N walk, and they're going to be taken out. It will go there eventually, but it will stall a few times. It will definitely take a few retracements before it gets up there. So that's why I'm very careful. I'm just waiting for the perfect time to take it into that N walk. So you see this wick that I graded here. Let me show you a Lilo Tux. That's why I'm very hesitant to take that trade because now what the hell was it? Sometimes I don't even know what I grade. What the hell were you? Was it oh, it was a daily wick. It was a daily wick. Yeah, 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 yeah. That was it. I guess not. Okay, never mind. Hey, I'm aiming for that. I am also I'm with you on the end walk, but I just don't trust it too much. The price action, how it's moving. It's so well. Let's see. We're at 4 o'clock now. Maybe it might run. I just don't trust it. What do you think? It's just Lilo Tux. I went over the end walk, and as you can see on the 4 hour, we only have a wick, and on the 1 hour, we do have some candles in it, but I do believe that we have to go below in this area to balance out the end walk. So yeah, the end walk is on my definitely on my radar. Um, but look at the 1 hour now. Let's see what we're doing here. We did take out. I thought we were actually might create an equal lows, but we did not. We took out this low here. Um, we did create beautiful trend line liquidity here. So I'm just um, yeah, exactly. So exactly what you're saying. So yes, I agree with the end walk, but look, we created such a beautiful trend line liquidity here. So I was already looking at these future breakers. So I think I'm going to go in for a buy. Just it's a paper trade, guys. I'm not going to trade until AM session. Um, I like it because we well actually the inversion. I take back what I would say if it's an inversion trade. I would rather have this one also be. I entered a little bit too early, but I'm still looking at the macro. Um, But on the other hand, it's still, we're in a bearish breaker, so I don't think it's a good trade. No, I'm getting out. I think it's not good. I don't like the time. I don't like the time, and I'm actually, I think we're going to go one leg down, and then I think we're going to create more trend line liquidity and then go up. Let's see if I'm wrong. You know, if I don't trust it, I should not be in it, because every time when I don't trust it, it's a losing trade. That's why I paper. Let's see. Let's see how far. Well, I did say I want to see 8.7. This level here. This was my level, but I wouldn't take it further into this bearish, because it's a bearish. See, it just touches that trend line and that's it, right? You see? It doesn't even go higher. Maybe it's going to go down now. Yeah, it's a short. I think it's, this is the 350 to 410 macro. We might get a runner, and we are in a it might be a continuation move. You see how beautifully it touched the trend line? It's not going higher. Let's see. I don't trust it. I don't trust the long. I don't trust the short at the moment. I could frame a long, but then again, this is a bearish breaker. I mean, I marked this, so I'm just thinking, okay, if we could, here we went down, right? The bearish, we activated this bearish breaker with this candle here, with this candle here, this candle. So now we're just retesting it. So I think we're just retesting this bearish breaker here. Yeah, see, now it goes. I think it goes to that gap here, to this little gap here, and then goes down, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, that was my initial here. This is what I want, where I want to enter. So this was this was the area that I actually wanted to enter, and then I would take it to this. But I could be. I'm just showing you guys that how wrong you can be in price action like this, right? Even though there's a bearish breaker, you have that TP. It might go all the way back into that range. Because it's bullish structure now, right? Yeah. Let's see. You see how it's what it's doing is just creating a lot of long wicks, up, down, up, down, up, down. So you don't want to see go over the 50% of this wick. So it could still go to the. I'm just marked this whole breaker. I include the wick. You could go all the way back up just to retest the breaker and go back down, right? That's why I said, hey, everybody's looking for the breaker, and now it's in a 4-hour value gap. We're going to go. No, be careful, because it's going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. And you know, you can see here on the 5-minute very clearly. You have one candle, then you get down, you go all the way back up in the 50% of it, It creates another down move. We could go all the way up into this area here, maybe in the 50% of this order block. Bleh. Thank you. Bleh. Thank you is horrible today. I haven't tried. I've just to put paper trays on it. And it's just going to trickle down, and it's just going to go there in a very nasty way, and nobody's going to. I mean, exactly. It's barcoding. Yeah, it's barcoding like this now. It's not like this, but like. It's a different barcoding, right? At least they give us some variety in barcoding. So I was actually hoping that it doesn't, it just, well, it's actually nice if it does create more trend line. I mean, we are okay with that, right? And then we have the trend line later today. It sort of broke the line though now. It broke the beautiful trend line. That's annoying, but I don't know how I could have traded this properly with structure. Actually, if you look properly, you can figure it out, but it's like it's too unclear, I guess. Well, 255. This was a macro though. In all honesty, maybe it was okay. Let's go over it. 255 here. I just want to see how this is. Oh, and Q, you're giving me a headache today. 250, 255 in this bearish fair value, and then it just trickled down, right? So in hindsight, it's very easy. It is easy. But we're all looking for the end walk, right? Everybody's now eager for the end walk. I am too. I'm too, but I just don't know where to enter. And I'm just curious if it's going to go there today. This session, I mean, not today. This session. But we have a ping pong event horizon. So what have we done so far? Let's go over it. So Asia, we took Asia high. We've got Asia. So it's beautiful that we've got Asia low in the end walk, right? Asia low is exactly in the midpoint. So I already checked. We only have on the 1 hour and on the lower time frame only bodies. Well, on the lower time frame we also have some bodies here, but it's not significant. Let's see on the 15-minute. Yeah, okay. From the 30-minute onward, so let's see. 30-minute has bodies, but we don't care about that. On the 1 hour and higher, we don't have any bodies below the 25% of the end walk. So once we get into the end walk, we wanted to take Asia low and go into this wick to also the midpoint of Friday's midpoint. Andre, I'm actually waiting. I'm actually waiting for the a higher time frame short. I'm bullish for now. I think I was bullish when we started the session though, but um, I have a lot of. I am waiting for a short for this week because I do believe that we are going to take out all these. I think we're going to go to this end walk at some point because we also have the same thing there. We lack buy side in this end walk. We only have sell side on the higher time frame. So I thought we were going to do that. We were going to that end walk on Friday. I thought, okay, so my trade on Friday was up to this event horizon. I got out. I thought, you know what? Let me just let the price settle down. It might go into consolidation, and we might have another run higher because we already took TGIF levels with that manipulation move at 8:30 candle. But what happened? The price when it did a second TGIF move after taking this event horizon at after 10 o'clock, and it went down. Then I got a thunderstorm, and I canceled my PM session, and later I saw, you know what, it just went into consolidation and it went back. So I'm thinking, so we maybe, you know, the end of year is coming, there might not be many yearly objectives left. So what if it still goes up here then, or maybe even higher? But look, all these weeks have been sort of like, you know, rejection in this week, rejection in this week, rejection in this week, rejection in this week. And I'm thinking, I still have a level that I actually targeted last week and it didn't work out. I'm like, I've got it on my, I still have it on my map. I still have it. I still have it right over here, right over here. It's a very small remaining opening range gap. And I have some other confluences there, and that's right below these 15 minutes. It's also 15-minute equals. They are relatively equal. So I think all these wicks are going to be taken out in one large distribution move. That's what I think. Bye, Lilo. See you later. Yes, we will have a better session in, and we will have an A+ setup, Andre. Lilo, I mean, I'm sorry. I'm talking to Andre about my weekly bias. But yeah, I want to be there. If I missed it, I think we're gonna go take all these wicks out in one time, because everything, the back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth that we are having all this time now, I think they're almost done. Maybe we have one or two rejections somewhere, but I think it's going to be a very. I would like to know if someone else thinks that as well. That we're going to take all these wicks out in one large distribution. At least partially. And I want to be ready for that one. I want to be there. So I'm thinking about this 400 area. So that's my weekly, my longer, let's say end of the month, somewhere in this December. But I just don't know for sure how it's going to play out, to be honest. So let's see. For now, we're just hanging out in this wick here. So higher time frame. We went into this wick. We didn't hit the 0.5, but we went down into this 4-hour fair value gap. So, and that's why I've been hesitant to take a trade, because I'm like, are we going to go back up into the 0.5, or are we going to go down to this level? It is just time distortion, and I think we're going to go further down, to be honest. Thank you, Lila. See you later. Yeah. So we are moving up in the midpoint. Let's see if we can get a continuation in the next 20 to 40 time run, because that's also a. So we are now sort of. Let's see. Are we now done mitigating the breaker? Let's see, guys. Maybe this is a time to get into a trade. Looks like it. We've been doing our job at the midpoint. Yeah. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes. I'm just gonna paper trade. You know, when I feel using trades on paper trade, I'm not even touching my eval. I've only got funded, by the way, now. I'm not touching it. I'm gonna wait. So it's just gonna be paper, and I have to be very specific, because I have to treat it the same as I would. It's not. I did a few of them a little bit too easy. I should not do that. That's wrong, because I journal them just the way I do. But I feel so inclined to take a short, but I just don't feel it. It looks like a long setup again, right? If you look at the structure looks bullish, right? Let's have a look at the 3-minute. Doesn't look bearish at all. Looks very bullish. Breaker on the 3-minute. Let's see on the 5-minute. Do we have a breaker? Yeah, we do have beautiful. But the question is, are we going to activate the breaker, or are we going to go into this area? So it's I see bullish structure, but higher time frame I'm bearish for now. But higher time frame I'm bullish bearish. If that makes sense. Sometimes I wonder if people are listening to me like thinking, what the hell is she talking about? Someone's mind could go like, although, and then you skip. Sometimes when you think of things, you think in your head and you don't say it, and then you maybe say something which is half of what you think. And I can imagine that for people, it's like, um, well, I think it's part missing, but now what is more important? Now, actually, I made a short of that. If you have a bullish breaker and a bearish breaker in an area, what does it mean? We've got a bullish breaker, we've got a bearish breaker, and they're touching each other. That's actually a no-touch zone, because time is just going to distort, and it's just going to, because basically the retest of this bearish breaker is sort of like, let me put it that way, the creation of a future bullish breaker is actually retesting a bearish breaker. If we would activate this bullish breaker, we're still retesting this bearish breaker. So if I see that, I just tend to stay out. Because it's either or, right? It's sort of like the London range has been formed, and we're just going back and forth in that range. So even though people might see this on the 5 minute, think, oh, I've got a creation of a bullish breaker. I'm going to go I'm going to go bullish now. I'm going to go long. But then on the other end, you've got a bearish breaker here. So which one is the valid one? Is it the bullish that has been created now, or is it the bearish one that we're retesting? Right? So I don't know. And if I see structure like that, I just don't touch it. I just wait until I get clarity. I just don't want to see two breakers. Two breakers is a no-no. Does that make sense? It actually tells you can expect chop. So I'm talking about two breakers, but these are future breakers, right? This is not a breaker yet. So this is like it needs to be, you need to close over this in order to be bullish. So if someone is already going bullish, like, oh, I'm going bullish because I see a potential breaker, um, it is not a breaker yet. On the 3 minute, maybe, let me see. On the 3 minute, almost, because we might get a closure here. Yeah, on the 3 minute, we have a closure now. Oh, we do not. No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. There's still like, we just need a closure above this wick here. It's equal with this one. Let me see. The high is 7950. 7975. No, so no closure. So it's below. Yeah, I see it, but I just don't trust it, Bowser, because of we still have the bearish breaker here. I think when you have a 1 minute, it's like a very short trade, right? It's like you take it like for maybe 10, max 5 to 10 points. Are you gonna take it, Bowser? Are you gonna take the 1 minute? But technically, we also have the 3 minute CISD. Technically, you can take it from here as well on the 3 minute. But how far are you gonna take it? Well, you know what? If I would do that, I would just take it up to the breaker, maybe here. So it's like 10 points. 1 hour. Let's have a look. I see a bearish on the 1 hour. This is for me bearish still. If we don't go over, we need to go over the 50%, but I don't see bullish structure on the 1 hour at all. Unless we get over this 50%. This looks bearish to me. I think you need if you want a reversal, you have to this. Yeah, I don't see unless this one really goes back into the range. Hey, if yeah, I think that's you take very short trades. That's good. Yeah, I'm not touching it. I want to see how it behaves at the first percentage fair value gap here. Let's see if we get over it, you're good to go. Ooh, we've got such a nice fruit delivery guy, and we can order. This is just crazy. We can have lychees, mangoes, pineapples, and avos. So for me, it's because we're still in this bearish breaker. I just want to see. I just don't trust it if we're gonna get out of it. But hey, we're over the 50%, so sort of like we'll see. So Bowser, why are you targeting the 3 a.m. high and not the midnight, for example? Just curious what I have the 3 o'clock on my chart because I use it a lot as well. I'm just wondering if we're not going to reverse from that a midnight TP one. Okay, gotcha. Um, okay, so this is, I see this as a market maker buy and sell model, and this is original consolidation. So what I'm thinking is it could be done with the run. We're still in the bearish, if we're bearish, right? Because I'm trying to think if we're still bearish or bullish. Like if we have a full market maker sell side, buy side, and we go into original consolidation, midnight could be enough. So I'm still sort of bearish a little bit. I hope you're right. I'm not in a trade, so I hope you're right. I hope it goes to 3 a.m. But I'm just a little bit, I just don't trust it. We're almost at 4:30. Where did you enter? Let me see. And CS ID on the one retest. Did you get in the retest? This is the retest. 417. Let's see. We've got a gap here as well. Hey, if it's going to go back all the way up, then I might be a little bit upset because that's the move I was actually waiting for. But I just don't trust it. I just don't trust it. Look, it's 4:30. London tends to make the high between 2:30 and 4 o'clock. We have half an hour to go. So if we're going to make an, either this is the London high and it left equal highs, right? Or we're going to spike up and we're going to make it within now and half an hour. So that's why I'm using time. Time just like it's moving so slow that I'm like, okay, either we have half an hour, so we could do it. But I don't know. Are we going to create another high? We created this one at 240. Are we gonna create a, or is this a London low that we created at, oh, we're over 4 o'clock. We created a low at 350. I don't think we're going to create a high now. I'm sorry. Um, so does it make sense to go up? We're in the middle of London session. We don't dibble in the middle. Let's see. Let's see. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Um, see is right over here at midnight. 2.5, 4. It's going to take out the London. Let's see. Yeah, we're over the midpoint, right? Let's see if the body stays. I mean, the body needs to stay. I don't know if it's bullish. I still don't see it. We're gonna go to the 0.5 then, 828. Let's see. I'm actually inclined to go short here, to be honest. I'm actually more inclined to go short. 435. Okay, let's see. We didn't touch the first presented. This is my bearish breaker. Look, if I look at the 5-minute, I just see that we have 5-minute bearish breaker. We're just retesting this right now. Yeah, I'm inclined to go short, to be honest. I'm not touching it though, but you know, we haven't retested the first presented, so I think it's a short, to be honest. I'm not touching a long. I'm not long. I don't have a long bias at all. It's just been retesting this breaker now. It's got all the way to the 75% of that breaker. But hey, what time is it? 4:36. Oh shit. So we're below here. It's midnight. 2:35. 2:35. What are you doing? Uh, 2 a.m. Yeah, 2 a.m. Yeah, this is, it should be a short. I mean, I think we're gonna go lower. Run high, Asian, low, Asian high, CSID 234. See, on the 5-minute, we have a change in the state of delivery here. But you also have a change in the state. So you can see both. So this is the thing. I can frame it both ways. I can see a 5-minute CISD to the downside, but I can also frame it back to the upside again. So it's just like, you know, either it's like coin flipping. Yeah, I see it here, but I also see it here. And this breaker looks a little bit bigger to me than, like, what are you going to base it on, right? It's sort of like, okay, let's flip a coin. Let's have some logic. We've got an N walk below us. Got first presented, which has not been touched. It goes to midnight, but the question is, are you going to go higher? Are you going to disrespect this bearish breaker and go up, or are you going to go disrespect the bullish breaker? Hey, Tim Sheldrick. Well, let's go to the 1-minute because the 1-minutes are the most valuable ones. It's a very tiny one, the London one, so that's why I don't like the price action. You see, this one is right over here. But this one, small one. And you see it tap into it here, right over here. Is this little line. You see it? I only talk in Eastern, so London East, so it's 3:01. Yeah, there you go. So it's a very tiny one here. You see it? Now this is bullish behavior. So we have a 440, we retest. Wait. Hey, Bowser, I salute you that you're in this one, really. I hope for you that it's going to go there, but I would not feel comfortable at all in this trade. I would get really nervous. Um, but you've got bulls. A has more bullish drag NQ up. Oh, I haven't even looked at NQ. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you. Um, oh, I hate why you do that all the time. Okay, so NQ also has this one here. No, it's also yeah more bearish than bullish to me. I mean, I just don't see. I do see bullish structure here, but and we could go up, but I just wonder if we're not going to go down first. We're in a wick here. Yeah, I cannot be bullish. Hey, Jamali Beats, how you doing? Are you still in Bowser with your TP too? So we did. You know, if I just use, yeah, I'm just bare. I cannot be. I hope you're out. Okay, good. Yeah. Well, at least you are break even. You got you're green, so that's good. Um, For me, I was inclined to go short here, but I just don't like the price action too much, so I did not do it. I did not engage. Um, I do think I am more, well, you've heard me, I'm more bearish than bullish on this trade, but um, if I can frame a bullish and a bearish breaker, I stay out. Um, but I don't think this was, I think this is still bearish structure in the sense because this wick is, I think the wick should be lower here if it's bearish. Bullish, I mean, sorry. Yeah. So the 1 hour is just forming the wick and then goes back down, right? And it's sort of like time-wise, if I'm, so Bowser, also it's for me time. If I look at time, if we created a high here at 237, it's a very specific time, it's 235. It's like, okay, did we create the London high at 235? And that's normal, 9 out of 10 times, that means we have bearish structure. We have a low here, we had a low here at 2, then we had 235, we create equal highs, 235 specifically, write that down. And then we have a low at 349. So then I'm thinking, okay, I think we have done. If at 235 I have a high in London, which also took out Asia high. Remember that as well. It's also like we took out Asia high here. We actually took out Asia high before that, to be honest. But here we took Asia high already here. Then we created another high, a second high, outside the first London high, took out Asia high and the other high, right? So that was also for me like I just, it's for me really hard to frame a bullish trade time-wise because we have that 235 in combination with the 2 o'clock. A low at 2, a high. So we formed the range, the London range, basically between 2 and 235. That's most of the times that's like a bearish, then we've created the London high. But hey, I was full. I mean, I also I'm not in the short as well, even though I've said I'm bearish, but I'm not in the short either because, but it's a short. Yeah, I think we are going in the direction of this. So hey, Jamali Beats, no trade for me so far in London. Just collecting intel for the AM session or for the New York session. Remember, we got equal highs now in London. We still have Asia to take low, and it's giving us a very hard time. And also what I noticed is on the 5-minute, we went really close to the first presented fair value gap of Friday's morning one. So that also gave me a signal that it might not go back further down, right? So yeah, it's hard. It's difficult price action. It's not easy, but hey, I think this was the 5-minute retest of that bearish breaker, right? So what I mean is this, like this is the first presented fair value gap of the AM session of Friday. Now what did we do? Did we touch it? No. So this was the bearish breaker here. 1, 2, 3. So we activated the bearish breaker here. We went up to retest it, but it went all the way back up to retest it up till midnight, and then now it's going to go into this area. I was almost thinking of taking a short here, but well, you could hear that I just don't feel comfortable. But hey, this is interesting to journal. But the time is most important. The time, how is behaving time wise? What time did it took out midnight? Look at the time, guys. Did it actually take out midnight? It did not. Did you see that? That's even more concerning to me. But it retested the London first presented at what time? 4:33. It did not even tap into midnight, eh? I didn't even see that, to be honest. I'm just seeing that now. But if you see like on a 1 minute, a market maker buy or sell model, always be aware if you have original consolidation, sell side, buy side, it always goes back into original consolidation and it's done. Especially those smaller market maker buy and sell. If it's a full market maker buy and sell model, always be careful. If you see consolidation, if it goes into consolidation, be aware because it could be done. Now, if you have higher, now I totally understand why Bowser took his trade up to here because you can consider this also sort of like a higher time frame consolidation. But if you see consolidation like this, which is a little bit more clear because you got your AMD, right? You could, well, we don't have AMD now, but you can consider this accumulation, then this will be manipulation, this could be the distribution move. But I went wrong a few times there that I thought, oh, I mistaken the manipulation move for the distribution move or vice versa. What if this is the manipulation move and this is the distribution move? Let's go into the 15-minute. Show you why. So now even on the 15-minute, if I look very clear, let's have a look. If this is a breaker, 15-minute, let's forget about the 5-minute. Breaker, high, low. We took liquidity here. Yeah, we took out the Asia high, we took out this high here. Then we create the breaker is activated with this candle at 315, right? We go lower, we go into a 4-hour fair value gap, and then we retested it, and now we're going lower. So this is a retest of that breaker. Now this is for me a very important level because if we go, we could be done as well because we got large wicks here. This could be it, right? The move down. We're going consolidation here. Because this large wick, we tapped into it here. Yeah, honesty, I really wanted to go into this N walk. I think we can go a little bit higher as well. I'm also bullish. I'm bullish, bearish, but you cannot disregard this 15-minute breaker. It's activated. We've got a few gaps here, so I'm more bearish than bullish now. But I'm not touching it. I don't see proper structure. I just don't like the way it's behaving because it could go back and forth, right? So um, we have this wick, yeah. So this is 8:30 wick, I believe, or that's the open of 6 o'clock. Oh, we also have like a manipulation move at 6 o'clock. Ah, are you done here? It could be. But you know what is this is setting up for a consolidation area, because when you, like I said, when you have a bearish breaker and you have a bullish breaker, it's going to consolidate, because if it's going to activate this bullish breaker, in order to become bullish, you want this to be activated. It's just going to retest this area, and it's going to go back and forth, back and forth. This is just this is actually not an area to be interested in, to be honest. Like I said, if you see two breakers, this one is activated, this one might be activated, but the activation is just going into this bearish one. You have to be you have to be very vigilant. Okay, just be careful. So I would prefer it if it goes down into this, get away from this area, and then do some, get some, balance out some imbalances, grab some liquidity, and then go back up, something like that. We have a beautiful gap here, the end wall. I don't know. Just be careful. We've got the mid-range here, 723. I'm starting to get interested in a short, actually. It's almost 5 o'clock. Um, what time is it here? I'm not touching it, guys. I'm not touching it. Bowser, yeah, I just, well, it's okay that we have a different, we see it differently. Um, I hope you're right, if you're in it. um, I wonder, because we are below the event horizon. We didn't hit the 0.5 of this level yet. Um, we took out internal. See what. Let's see what it does here. How long? I think we might have an equal low here. Let's see what it does in 4 minutes. Hey, Bowser, I think everything is a trap right now. That's why I'm not getting in. I feel like I'm being trapped all the time. So I'm like, hey, I'm not playing your game today, NQ. I'm not. I feel like it's gonna trap me whatever I do. I think if you're long or short, you're gonna be right any time of the day today. It's gonna do all of them. But I do think it's gonna slam down to this area now. It's gonna take London low. I think it's gonna be a fast move. You mean because you had a winning trade, or you stopped yourself out for a few hours? Is that what you're saying? I think it's going to go down now. I think it's ready to go. Remember, we've got the 4 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. You see, this 4 hour is going to go further down now. It's going to be a distribution now. It works all its way, and now it's going to go to the a little bit further down. Let's see, where are you? Mm, Yeah, the new 4 hour might give us a lot more. It might be a continuation candle. If this one starts going down, if this really starts to move now, which I think it will do, we might have a nice continuation run. Hey, maybe that short that I was talking about is going to come because I'm telling you, I don't want to miss that short. I'm telling you, I think it's going to take out all these wicks when the short is coming. So I'm eyeballing this. I think it's going to go all the way back to 400. It's going to take everything out at once. So I'm really, I don't want to miss that short. I hope it's not today. If I miss that one, I'm going to be very upset because that's my distribute. That might be my last good trade of the year. It's going to be 400 points, maybe 300. But I want that trade. I really, if I miss that one, you don't want to be near me. I think all those wicks have been mitigated. All these wicks have been, everything had a rejection, everything. And I think these equals, I consider them equals. I think this is in the car. So that's why I'm like really looking at the, I really don't want to miss that trade. So I'm hoping it's going to go up a little bit more into this N walk here. This one needs some. This one needs a little bit touchy too, and then make its way down. Yeah. So let it play around now. Let it do its thing. But I do not want to miss that trade, and I hope it's not on No News Monday. Um, and tomorrow we have a 10-year bond auction, so I don't want to trade before 1 o'clock. But I'll watch the market for sure. Um, but I think that it's just all these wicks have been all been setting up just to be taken out in one. It's going to be one nice move, I think. But hey, let's see. Thank you, Eva. I travel. It's almost end of the year, and obviously you're going to think back to the year. It would be awesome. I mean, um, never mind. It's not important anyway. Now 4 o'clock. What are you going to do? It's 5 o'clock now. Let's see. We've got a new. So even the macros are just moving so slow, right? Let's see. We take the LON and low. Are we just creating equals? So this could be a case. If we have equals, we're just gonna. Okay. Well, we'll just wait again. Um, so I'm surprised that there's still people. I love it to see that, guys, that you guys are still watching, even though there's no trading. On my end, some people put on a trades and they have a good trade, but that you guys are also just interesting to watch the price action to learn how the tape is going and what you take away from it, how you can learn from it, right? Because this is how you learn as well, by sitting through this kind of price action and looking at time and trying to make some logic out of it. And even though it doesn't give you opportunity, you still, that sets you up for 760 is a good 15-minute fair value. Yeah, I think we have a. I think once it starts going, it will go in the direction of the end wall. Hey, listen, it's been setting up. This is a lot of time distortion. This is a lot of time distortion. Um, bloody people, bloody NQ. You're annoying. Oh shit. 15-minute. 751. I think we've entered a time of the year that all those easy things are not working anymore right now. You have to be a little bit more on a little bit more um, expecting the unexpected. Let me put it that way. It's end of year. 114. Yeah, we're going now. There we go. We're falling. I think it will stall at 761, and then we'll have a continuation to to the end walk, I guess. Let's see. I think I might frame a trade because I think we're going down now. Yeah, it's gonna go fast now. Let's go. I'm not doing anything on my. I think we're gonna go run now. Oh, I'm using the 4 o'clock as my benchmark. 752. Yeah. I'm going to do a little bit higher. I want to use the 50. I don't want it to go over the 50% of the wick. So a little bit higher. I'm using this wick, 50%. That would invalidate my trade. I was thinking, is my screen frozen? It's so slow that I'm really like, oh my god, my internet is down. I would add here. I would add a contract here. Just there, boom. I added one paper trade, but I would do that. I don't know. Oh, and Q and Q and Q. Is it reacting over 1 hour busy at the 15 minute? Does it not concern you? The 1 hour. I might have missed that one. Thank you for pointing it out. I'm more concerned about this wick, yes. Could be. It could go back into this wick. True. But I think the higher time frame is a good point. Yes, I'm actually really not. Yeah, I think it's a good point. I should have measured this one. But I'm still. I think we're still going to go there. But there's a high possibility. Let me show you what I'm looking at. There we go. Okay, I would have framed my trade, but if it goes here and it rejects here, then there's a good possibility. But we're already rejected here, so let's see. I don't think I'm using. Okay, so I'm also looking at time at the 4 o'clock. I'm hoping that could possibly be my barrier, or that would not allow price to go over it. Let's see. Um, but I'm not bullish at all. I can't be bullish. It might go up a little bit, but I'm not seeing any bullish structure at all. It just, if it goes up, it's just going to go up into this wick to go further down. I might be stopped out, that's okay. But yeah, thank you for reminding. That's true. You have a point there. But I think it's just a temporary, just it goes up to go down. Yeah, I'm stopped out. And the macro is done, right? The macro is done, so time-wise, I should have been out already as well. Yeah. So it went to exactly one of my levels here. So yeah. And now it's going into this wick. But I'm still not bullish. Yeah, I'm so annoyed with this price action, to be honest. I'm really not taking, I should not be taking this trade, even though they're paper trades. Um, but yeah, it's not the fair value gap that I'm looking at. It's more the wick that I'm interested in. Because the fair value gap could be disrespected at all. But it's more the wick that I should have seen, the 1 hour wick. So that's here, and you see it exactly. It hits the point. I don't use fair value gap. Um, so I do use fair value gap, but not like for me. I prefer the wicks because they're more exact, right? So hey, Genius Machado, I've done DR. I've done DR. It's not really my thing. I do think there is something to be learned off from it, but I don't use it anymore. Um, I'm still bearish, to be honest. I cannot be bullish. I think it's still going to go down. So who's in a long right now? Some people are taking a long. It left equal lows. Good point. Exactly. Yes. So it's going to go back up again in the range and then just plots around. Yeah. It's doing exactly what did anyone had a good, I mean, does anybody find this price action enjoyable to trade? Is somebody really liking this price action, or am I the only one that is really annoyed with this price action? I'm like, but Tim, thank you. Yeah, you're totally right. I mean, I'm not even, I get sloppy when I get like this. So that was sloppy, very sloppy. Yes. So thank you for pointing it out. It does. I would take it in consideration, but I would, in this case, I would have looked at the wick, and then I would take it like um, instead of matching, looking at the fair value gap, I would look at the wick in this case, and combine the. Then you think, okay, you could reject in a point there and go back into this wick here, go back up, and before it makes its way down. So that's where you see a lot of the times, right? When you have such an easy, because everybody's looking at the end walk. It's like, oh my God, it's going down to the. Hey Bowser, I don't think I see anything anymore. I think I'm now like, okay, NQ, I'm gonna leave you alone for now. Jamali, you love it. What do you tell me? Teach me. Have you been trading? Have you been taking scalps? No, really, I'm serious. If somebody's good at this and taking scalps, I would love to, because I'm just not good at it. I really not in this type of price action. But if I zoom out, I can see some, at some point. But in this case, I could frame it both ways, and I was more inclined to take the short. But then again, the moment I'm thinking, oh, now I'm going to, hey, Starboy, the moment I'm going into the short, it's already, it's going to retrace back up again. So, hey, Genius Machado, thoughts on from that daily CB free fall soon? Yes. Hey, listen, I am, I am sort of waiting for that short, but yeah, I think those wicks are going to be taken out anytime soon. So that's why I'm eyeing. I really want this. I really think we need to go a little bit higher, and before that free fall comes. But it could be done here as well, right? This event horizon could be it. But I'm thinking, and we look on the daily. We only have, and as on the 4 hour, only sell side in this end walk. So I do think it might need a little bit of a buy side, and then I'm hoping to get that free fall. But hey, it could. I just don't want to miss it. I would be really upset if it makes it free fall all the way to takes all these wicks out. Um, but I just really, I don't know how to trade this price action right at the moment. So Bowser, kudos to you, man. You took the trade, even though it was one break even. You took that long. But we're just stuck in this range now. Yeah, gold is, I mean, I think I'm just gonna not touch gold at all until the end of the year. I think it's just gonna be NQ, even though it's very annoying. Just focus because I don't want to miss that trade. I don't want to miss that short. And do we have FOMC this week? Let me check. Did I miss that? I think I need more coffee today, right? Okay, tomorrow we've got Jules and the 10-year bond auction. So I always skip the 10-year bond, so I don't trade before 1. Like I mentioned before, F1C, I see. Oh, 2 p.m. Yes. Okay, good. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, okay. So I'm okay not to take any trades today. Unemployment check 8:30, Thursday as well, and Friday no news. Okay, well let's see. But hey, listen, we'll just. Why is it so in a? Why is it doing it like it's doing today? What's going on? Hey, am I confused that I see on tomorrow, 9th of December, I see ADP weekly employment change. Isn't that the news that is normally also in NFP week? Shouldn't have that be on Friday, that ADP weekly employment change? Does somebody know? Because I was like, aren't we missing a news segment on Friday, which we normally have? And I believe it's at ADP weekly, or am I wrong? Because I'm just wondering, because now this price action, the way it is, it's sort of like, it makes me think of NFP week a little bit. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, F1C. Hey, we like FMC, right? And especially you wait for FMCs. You wait for after 2:30. The real move comes after 2:30. It's sort of like a three. You have like a manipulation move. It sort of like fakes you out, and then the real move always comes after 2:30. Um, they changed it to Tuesday. Yeah, you see, I was thinking that, but that I don't like that because I'm thinking maybe that's why Thursday, that used to be my worst day, right? Maybe now um, the whole price in a range because of that news. So well, we'll see. Because I'm getting a sort of like NFP week vibes here. It's like NFP week. So you see, even though now you don't even get them really move up, right? Even though you have that fair value gap there, still not really doing anything. Um, what time is it? 5:21. Um, yeah, guys, I'm not gonna do anything anymore, and I think I'm gonna touch some grass. Oh, the sun is gone. Or anyway, maybe that's better. Then I don't get sunburned. I'm gonna do a nice little walk and get some energy, and then I'll be back for the AM session. And hopefully feel more comfortable to put on some trades. And I won't do any more what I did today with a bit. I mean, that was really, thank you, Tim, for pointing it out. It was a very nice way of putting you like, what the hell are you doing that? Why are you doing that? That's really weird. Yes. Uh, Hey, Genius Machado. I don't have. Well, I do. I did start a Twitter account or X account for this account, but I'm actually not using it. But I did start a Discord for us to be able to communicate outside the. Let me put it in because I haven't done it properly. Let me make sure that I'll put it in the chat before I leave. So I don't really have a lot of the only um, social media that I have right now is YouTube and the Discord, and I don't really use anything else. So is it you want to get in touch with? Let me just add the Discord because it's still I'm still building it and growing it, and so you guys are all OGs. If you, it's just more to be able to communicate outside the YouTube and be able to just maybe organize some sessions that are that we don't get to during the trading week. So invite to server, copy. There we go. Is that good enough, Genius? I do have a. I do have. I did start a. I opened up an X account for this, but I just stay away from. I don't know. There's so much. It's so negative. So is that enough to get in touch, or to? I posted a few things on X, but on this account. But then I thought, you know what? Then I saw other traders fighting each other and being nasty, and like, oh my god, no, I'm staying out. I'm just staying out of it. I just don't even want to get involved or even read it. It's become a very toxic place for some reason. I don't know. So I'm really happy with our community here that we are just building, and I just thought, you know what, let's refine that to my own little eco bubble, and that's why I think that's really where we're heading, and we're clean of drama, and it's all people with like-minded. That's how I think. Hey, look how beautifully it's setting up, by the way. Talking about longs now, but I'm not doing anything at the moment. Um, so slow morning for me. Waking up with I started with my iced coffee, which is hot coffee now. I'm gonna make a nice coffee, put it in the fridge, in the freezer, going out, so I have my iced coffee when I come back. And then, hey, nice Genius. Yeah, I'll have to give it some more attention. So, hey, Genius or anyone else and joining my Discord, give me some feedback on what you guys want outside Discord for sort of topics to go over. Because I'm thinking like maybe spending 1 or 2 hours per week also on Discord doing some, bringing some value outside the YouTube. Because that's the point of the community. So yeah, drop anything you feel. Starboy, I don't do any forex, so I cannot say anything about that. But I also don't. I just use ES as a confluence. So I'm just gonna focus on. I'm even skipping gold for the end of the year, so it's just gonna be NQ. So I can't really say anything really valuable about it besides I only look at ES for confluence for SMT, which I also forgot to do today. So that tells you a lot, eh? Hey, you guys can always call me out. And Tim, you were very polite, but you could just say as well, hey, what the hell are you doing? You're putting on a trade, but you're missing something very valuable. You said it very polite, but I wouldn't have minded if you would have said it differently because I deserve that one. So yeah. Hey, listen, guys. Sometimes when I get like this, I start to do really stupid things. You need to call me out because I also have. Um, I'm not AI, even though people sometimes make a joke about it. But I still have issues sometimes with overtrading. Sometimes this was paper. This was paper, but I could, it doesn't happen a lot, and especially on stream, it doesn't happen. But if price action is like this, and I get impatient, I fall in that trap sometimes, and I could tell that with paper trading, it started to happen a little bit. You could tell that I got sloppy, I got lazy. I think, I'm going to add here, and I do journal it, and I go over the emotions. What was I feeling? And so Tim, thank you for pointing it out. But that was one of the moments that I actually fell in one of my traps. So definitely was sloppy, bad, and that would have been a losing trade, and that would be a double losing trade. And why would I double? Because I haven't done everything all day, and it's sort of like, oh, you know what? I have to make up for time that I didn't do anything, or maybe even. So if I paper trade, guys, it's the same. My emotions are the same, if I would put on live trade. So everything is sort of like I just know, and I don't trust it. I reverse to paper trading, and I'm always very open about it. Okay, I'm just paper trading now, but for me, it's actually exactly the same. I felt the same emotions. I feel, even though when it's a winning trade, when it's a losing trade, and I use it to improve my executions. And so I'm a distribution trader. So if you go to my trading recaps, you'll see most of my trades are over 50 points, 50, 60, 70, 80 points. And the issue that I am now, because I'm getting better at that, my issue now is, why is my cat all wet? Um, what happened to you? Did someone spray you? You've been naughty. I think so. Um, but so now it's like my trailing stop loss. It's just I trail too fast then, because I sort of like I do get, like, at some point it's patient. It's like I know where it's going, but it's my impatience that starts tricking me, and then you see me do that, and you start, when you watch me longer, you start noticing the difference. And sometimes when I have a good trade and feel really in the zone, I just sit back and I accept full risk, and it's okay if I get stopped out. You'll see zero emotions, and that means and either I'm wrong or right. I don't care. But today was one of those days. This is what I was seeing. Yeah, you can see the difference in me, right? With Bowser, you've been around. Hey, call me out, please, because I need. That's what I call you guys out. You call me out as well, because hey, sometimes it happens. We're end of the year, tired, and things like that. So, Genius, I've been in the markets for 6 years total and 3 years ICT, and um, ICT made me profitable, but now the distribution moves that I'm taking is not. I think that's not has been such a long time. That is the growth that came, like, I think 6 to 8 months ago, really, that I started to get better in those larger moves. So that is something from this year. Yeah, so that's my improvement. But now I'm sort of like trying to not get stopped. If it's an 8R trade, for example, I don't want to get stopped out at 2 or 3R or 4R, and then I get back in and then I still manage, but it's not the point. You want to be in, and be, just wait longer for your, trail your stop loss, or, or trade it into a certain place that doesn't get stopped out. Because the moment you're in a trade, your brain, something changes in your brain, I think. So, but hey, Bowser, so this is what I was seeing. I love, you're like, what the fuck is she doing? Yeah. So I get annoyed as well after this class. It does get to me. I mean, like, and but you have to be acceptive of the market. So we're back in the range. But anyway, Bowser, I'm happy that you had a good trade. I think it's interesting to watch. The thing that we noticed here, that it didn't actually tap midnight. That was, for me, that is also telling that it might still go there now. You see that the midnight wasn't. It hit the first percentage fair value gap on the 1 minute, but did not hit midnight. So let's see if it's going to hit midnight now, and if it's going to reject from there, or either use it as a trampoline to go higher. But yeah. Hey, listen, we've got two NWOGs of interest. They both only have, I believe, both only have sell side. So they both need, no, one has sell side and one has buy side. So they both need some, another candle to go through it. That was what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's okay. I know. I know you were. I mean, I hope you guys were. I hope you noticed. That means that you're at least paying attention. Like, that's weird. What are you doing? Yeah. Hey, but I haven't shown that behavior for a long time. It's the first time on after, I think, maybe first time on stream that I'm, maybe second time, but it's okay. So okay, guys, I'm gonna touch some grass and just let NQ do its thing, and we'll come back and see what we can make out of it. And have some good trades. So no trades for me, only bad paper trading. And I'm going to journal that. And I'll see you guys later. I'm going to make a stream for 10 o'clock and 10 a.m. Eastern. I'll be back. And thank you guys for hanging out with me. And I love to see that you guys are also interested in just reading tape and watching this. But you know, it is annoying if we're going to take out these beautiful this setup now, because it has been creating this beautiful setup now. But we'll see. If I miss it, I miss it. Ciao, guys.